Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I want to share with you guys 7 tips that help me to stay motivated and to keep moving even if I feel like I don't know what to do and I'm feeling stuck. We're in the end of February and I feel like this is a time when a lot of people might start giving up on their New Year's resolutions, and I know that I have in the past, and so I think it's super important to keep reminding yourself and learning new tips of how to stay in motion, stay motivated, stay inspired. So my first tip, and this is something that I have to remind myself at times, is that inspiration and motivation comes from taking action and staying in motion. For the longest time, I just did nothing because I was waiting for inspiration to fall on my head. I thought that I would have some kind of prophetic dream and then I would have superpowers and I can go change the world. Not actually, but I would just wait for some big idea to hit me for me to start taking action. But recently I learned that that's not how it works, and I'm most inspired and motivated and ideas actually come to me when I am taking some sort of action, some sort of baby steps, doing research, trying to find answers, just staying deliberately in motion. So if you don't feel inspired or you don't know what to do or what your next step should be, then don't just sit there and wait for them to come. Instead, take some kind of action, just something, like do some research online, pick up a book on the subject that you're learning more about, reach out to someone and talk to them. Keep taking action and stay in motion, and that's when inspiration, motivation will keep coming to you. So I've been listening to Untitled Soul, which is an amazing book, and I listened to it on Audible, but I've read it before and I highly recommend it. It's all about quieting the chatter in your head and being present and free from the chaos in your head. The author was talking about how it's so important to just constantly remind yourself that it's a miracle that you're on this planet, and sometimes we get so carried away with just getting annoyed about small things or getting frustrated about sitting in traffic. And I know that sometimes, yes, there are certain things in life that do get annoying, that do get frustrating, and that's okay, but just quickly remind yourself that you are this tiny being in this huge planet that is in an infinite universe, and God knows what else is out there. It's amazing. Like, if you think about it that way, if you imagine yourself in space looking down on Earth, where are those worries and problems and frustrations? They're nowhere to be found. So remind yourself that it's a miracle that you're here, and there's so much to life and so much to this world that we're in, and it's just magic. It's just pure magic that we're here and we get to experience this life. So it's okay to get a little bit frustrated here and there. I think it's important to sometimes change your perspective a little bit and remind yourself that it's pretty awesome that we're here. There's really no need to worry about a lot of things that we get worried about. Number 3, this is something that over the past year I've definitely been trying to work on, and it's so important to remember, if you're trying to stay motivated and you're trying to achieve goals and just be a happy person, take care of your physical and mental health. Our physical health impacts our mental health so much, and our mental health and our mind and our thoughts and our emotions impact our physical health on a very deep and real level. And this is something that I have to constantly remind myself of, because sometimes I am so busy and distracted I forget to eat, or I go and just eat junk because I don't have time to make something healthy. And I'm a pretty sensitive person, and for me, skipping one meal or not working out for like a week, it really impacts me and my health. But for whatever reason, of that uncomfortable feeling is just not enough to remind myself to do those healthy things. But to what point do you have to come to actually realize that you have to be disciplined about taking care of yourself? And so I've been really trying to kind of gain that discipline and remind myself to eat what my body needs, and to give myself the workouts that my body needs and the movement, and to have a creative outlet and just have a balanced lifestyle, because we can get so distracted and our whole life is just going to pass by and we're never going to experience that state of just pure healthy energy and vitality that we all absolutely deserve to feel, and that's how we naturally should feel. Remember that the physical health affects mental health and vice versa, so it's so super important to really satisfy your mind, body, and soul, and give yourself the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins the exercise, the creativity. A lot of the time we can't do it 100%, but sometimes when I get into these cycles of just not feeling great mentally, I have to remind myself that maybe it's something that I didn't give to my body that's causing my mind to think and feel a certain way. And so instead of just focusing on changing my thoughts and my mindset, I also have to give my body what it needs. This has just been something that I've been really working on, and I strongly suggest that everyone does too, and just never forget about your overall health. We obviously need it, and it's super important. My next tip is to see yourself for the person that you want to be, who you want to become, the person who has achieved the goals that you're trying to achieve and is living your dream life. So if you can't do it constantly, which obviously I don't think anyone can, just make it a game. Set time aside every day, maybe before you're falling asleep, which is actually one of the best times, to evaluate what it is that you're trying to accomplish and what kind of person do you need to be to accomplish those things, and visualize yourself already being the person. How do you talk? How do you act? What is your posture? What are you wearing? And try your best on a daily basis to do certain things that that person would be doing. Dress the way that the person that you ultimately want to be will dress like, talk like them, act like them. And it might feel a little unnatural at first, but by acting and playing around with it, you are more likely to manifest those things that you're trying to achieve into your life. And it's really fun. I feel like this is definitely an exercise that is really helpful for achieving your dreams and kind of getting really specific on who it is that you truly want to be. My next tip is to keep your posture straight and smile often. Sometimes when I'm feeling tired or I'm in a bad mood, I have to remind myself to just fix my posture and force myself to smile for like 5 minutes, even if it feels awkward and probably looks really weird from the side. It's been proven that by changing those two physical aspects, it can drastically lift your mood and just change your mindset and make you feel better. This is something that I've tried on myself, and it really helps, because when your posture is down and you're frowning and your head is down, then your overall state is just a little negative and sad. But as soon as you straighten your posture and you think of something happy and you smile, then your thoughts and your emotions just start changing themselves, which is really cool and so easy to do. So definitely don't forget to keep your posture straight and keep a smile on and just shine your light. And tip number 7 is something that I had to do recently. Last week has been a little bit stressful, and this is just advice that I got a long time ago, and it's something that I constantly remind myself of if I am worrying about something or going through something stressful. And it's to just let your body rest. And when you don't know what to do, if something happened or you need to come up with a certain amount of money for something, you don't know how to pay your bill, or just whatever it is that's bothering you, sometimes the best thing that you can do for yourself is to eat some good food and go to sleep and let your mind rest. I know that we often want to take everything into our own hands and just control everything, and we feel like we have to come up with a solution, but a lot of the time we don't hear the right answers in that state because we're in panic mode. But when you go to sleep and you let your mind to reset and rest, it actually has time to do the work. It knows what you're trying to figure out, and by letting your body rest and allowing your mind to reset, it will have the time to do the work and to come up with the solutions that you're looking for. And also, when you're at rest, you're more likely to allow those answers and solutions to just flow to you. And a lot of the time I would be worrying about something, and then I would just kind of surrender, let it go, just give it to God, give it to the universe, and then I would wake up the next day and all of a sudden I thought of something that didn't even cross my mind the day before when I was in panic mode. This is not the same as not doing anything and just not taking any kind of action. I think it's important to do what you can, but when it's completely out of your control, then I think we all have to know how to just let go and surrender. Just trust in something more than just what we can come up with. Go to sleep, allow your mind to rest, and the right answers, the solutions will come to you. But like I said, of course, at the same time, it is good to do all that you can. But once you've done that and you feel like there's just a wall in front of you, then just let it go, surrender, give it to the universe, and just go to sleep and trust that the answers will come. And this is something that I have to remind myself of constantly when I am feeling stuck, but it always works. It always helps me to feel better, and solutions and answers always end up coming. So these are 7 tips that help me to stay motivated and to keep moving when I'm feeling stuck or a little down. But I hope that you find these tips to be helpful and you try them out, and hopefully they will help you to stay inspired and to stay motivated and keep reaching your goals. So leave a comment below and let me know what you guys do to stay motivated and what helps you to find inspiration. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it to be helpful, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post a video every single week. I hope that you have a beautiful day filled with light and positivity, and I'll see you in the next video.